Welcome to Chicago, Illinois. It is trophy time. USA Club Rugby brings you the 2026 Club National Championships. This is the final one, Division I final between Old Blue New York and the Seattle Orcas. I am John Broker, joined by Tim Wilkes for this matchup. It's going to be amazing. Before we get to the game, we're going to show you some highlights from yesterday and bring you the roster. Chicago Blaze playing host to this amazing event. What a weekend of rugby we have had, capped off by what you were about to see. Tim, talk us through Old Blue's semifinal.
Yeah, for Old Blue, again, this is the seventh time they've hit the national championship. That's Jamie Lauder yesterday. He's increasing the volume time and time again. 2 tries on the day for him. There's another one coming in from the Butcher. Dylan Fawcett gets so close, and they pound their way through. This is a team with 5 ex-MLR players on it. You see a try coming there from Monate Akui. He's one of the stars of the show as well. And this team was clicking on all cylinders. A 37-7 victory over the Austin Blacks. Blacks just too many mistakes and too much speed on the outside. So much power and pace there. As another try coming through. That's Aiden Smith out of Kutztown.
The front row is going to be Sheridan Perry and Duncan Ray Santiago, and Vakasisi Kakala, 1 of 2 on this team, are going to be in the second row. Brothers Rafter, Akui the captain at number 7, Fawcett at number 8. Lauder, a couple tries to his name yesterday at number 9, Kieran Joyce 10, Jenner and St. Clair in the centers, Wallace Sims, longtime Old Blue on the wing, Smith on the other, and Roberts the fullback. The Seattle Orcas came in 39-29 winners over the Chicago Lions. Good game on Friday they put together, racing away. They've got the pace when they need it. They were able to get by the Lions. A bit of a tighter matchup than Old Blue had there, but you saw great work from Noah Wright at the scrum half to keep his team going. He runs great support lines. They have the power in the forwards, too, as they go through. It's going to be controlled by Reed at 10. You see him moving the ball out there. He's the captain. Gets it right there to one of the CO brothers, center and a wing on this team. It is impressive work from the Seattle team to make it here. They are looking for a national championship. For them in the front row, it is Ala in the USA at number 1. Faustin Noon ground out that second row. Emers and Tukufia in the second row. Otter and Fogg at the flankers. Miller is your number 8. A combination of Wright and Reed at 9 and 10. We have Satama and Seo in the centers. Seo on the wing, Wilson on another wing, and Wright at fullback. Just about ready to get going with this on Cat Roach. Very, very talented and experienced referee to take this one. Mike Lawrence and Ben Cohen. You can see in the shirt of the referee there, it is a windy day. It's been picking up as we go, so that's going to be a massive factor. We're underway, and the Orcas have a bouncing ball. Lots of balls hitting the ground on these kickoffs all weekend long. Something teams are going to have to clean up as it goes back into the hands of Wright. Reed puts that one down. Going to be an early line out here for Old Blue, Tim.
Yeah, Seattle Orcas just able to make the clearance kick that's required there. And again, you see the flag there from our near side referee blowing a little bit right to left, kind of right into the camera here from up top in beautiful Lamont, Illinois. 2015 national champs, Seattle Orcas, trying to put up a tough fight here.
Ball in middle field, little wraparound from Old Blue. They get it going to the width quickly. The ball is out there into the hands of Connor Wallace Sims. Wallace Sims gets it back to one of his teammates. They're going to keep this one alive. Ball up to Fawcett. Big collision comes in, so a knock-on forced in the tackle there by Dylan Fawcett. Comes back into the hands of Reed. Reed launches it downfield in the swirling wind. It's going to come back to Old Blue. They go across field. Akui on the near side here. The captain has ball in hand. Akui holds the ball and gets it back to St. Clair. Mike St. Clair, one of many long-time players in this Old Blue team, but is turned over right there. Orcas in and making their presence felt around the breakdown. Great work there by Matt Potter. to be a penalty here for the Orcas.
Potter with the huge hit, came up and made the big collision. You see him right there, showed hands, got to the ball before contact arrived, and earned the Orcas their first penalty.
Gonna waste no time launching that down into touch. It will be an Orcas line out 2 minutes into this Division I championship matchup. Atlanta Old White just won their second D2 championship in a row. Earlier, it was the Syracuse Chargers D3 in a wild game I know you were involved with, Tim.
Yeah, not too often, John. You see two 17-point comebacks separated by about 30 minutes of action. It was an incredible one for the history books if you want to go back and check that one out later.
Orcas up the middle of the line out. Strong. Organizing their line out. Methodically working their way forward. Old Blue trying to stem the tide here. Players reaching it over. Ray Santiago trying to get a hold of that one. Ball is there. Referee awards an advantage against Old Blue. We're going to come to a penalty for a side entry against Old Blue New York.
Yeah, as they started to try and drive that one backwards, you just saw some black jerseys peeling around the left-hand side, getting into the danger zone. And anytime you're wheeling that thing like they did, easy call for the referee. Cat Roach saw that one from a mile away. You just see the lock there. Bakasisi Kakala got it in from the side and disrupted things. Also Santiago trying to get rid of it. As they brought this one to deck, it wasn't playable, so no advantage gained out of it. And now another opportunity. We saw him set up that driving maul in the last one. We'll see if they try to replicate things here, John.
Referee calling for a rugby ball, one of the critical elements of a rugby game. Sometimes they don't seem to be on hand. As they get it there, the ball is in Faust's hands. Up, well taken again. Better drive going forward. That's momentum. Are we going to get our first 5 points here? Old Blue trying to stem the tide, but down to the ground they go. 5 points to the good here. It is the first. It is to the Seattle Orcas. We'll see the number that comes up with. It is indeed Michael Faust. Faust with the first 5 points of this D1 championship matchup. Kick to come, just under 4 minutes to go. Or 4 minutes gone.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. A couple of driving mauls, you get the penalty, you force him in, add it again. And look, initially, you've got 7 green jerseys, only 3 pushing in the back. They were a little late coming in from the front of that line out, and that is enough room to make them pay. That ball goes to the back, and you see him creeping up, sees the line, and lays on top of it for the score.
Great boot, well judged to win there, so they get the full 7 points out of it there. Keep an eye on Reed. He uses the boot so well, gets his team going. That's why he is their skipper.
Oh, he's done a tremendous job with it throughout the tournament. The man from USC has been leading from the front there. Let's keep in mind, though, again, I mentioned Old Blue with 5 ex-MLR players. Seattle Orcas right behind them with 4 of their own.
Akwi, the captain, goes up, takes that one out of the air. He knows his team needs some points early. Build that confidence. Cross it comes there from Louder. Little switch back in. There's Dylan Fawcett. Played hooker mostly in the MLR and for the USA. The play number 8 right now offloads that one. Lauder, another good support line. That's Lauder's 3rd try on the weekend. They have come within 2 points and may tie it up shortly.
There he is, Jamie Louder with the try. He was tremendous yesterday, but look at this take here. Manate Akui gets way up over the defense, or the would-be offense there, takes it out, and then they know how to finish it off. Great work from Kieran Joyce, holding it in a little bit longer. The late delayed pass out there to Fawcett, and the Butcher knows how to finish it off, gets it to Lauder, and he takes it the distance. Lauder played for Hong Kong in the 2023 World Cup, and he has been tremendous this weekend. Again, Butcher with the offload. Fawcett getting involved early, and you see what this means to Old Blue. Beautiful response, and they have knotted it up at 7.
Kick was good. We're all tied up at 7 here in Chicago at the Chicago Blaze Rugby Facility. Division I National Championship Trophy on the line. These players have given so much this season, and this is the penultimate game. Player not hitting the air according to the referee wrote, so Old Blue has the ball. Taking it back in. Lauder looking for a runner and has one. Gets it to James Sheridan. The referee's going to whistle penalty there against Old Blue. Orcas doing a great job of forcing the penalties around the breakdown.
Yeah, that was Daquan Perry that tried to secure possession out the back of it here. You'll see when he comes back in, just throws the bodies out in front. And then ends up falling over the top of this one. You see contacts made there. He gets on top of it, but he was at that point part of the ruck, so the penalty's going to go to the boys in green. Injured player down there, but early fantastic moments here from Seattle. Again, they knotted it back up, but we'll take another look at the bruising run there, just trying to secure possession. Just falling on top of it instead of trying to clear out those green jerseys. So they get dinged for it. Yeah.
So many little laws around that breakdown area. You know, players sometimes think it's available for them to try to dive on and bring back for their team. It certainly wasn't there. We have an Orcas line out here. They've just scored off a one moments ago. All tied up here in Chicago. Ball up, Seattle has it. Good drive again. They're getting this momentum. Faust looking at the line. Player came away from the side, but they're going to score again. Not going to worry about it. Look at that. 2 for the hooker in a national championship game in no short order. Orcas go up to 12. Kick to come. Good work by Seattle.
Yeah, Faust has done so well with that. Look at that throw. Hits his target time and time again for the Austin Blacks. The Old Blues opponent yesterday, that was not an easy thing, but they do it well right there on the side into a couple of players. But he knows he's over the line, and the confidence is starting to build now for the Orcas.
Great try there. A double for Faust. Referee Roach telling John Reed that he has 25 seconds to go. Reed puts boot to ball. Hits that one. It is 14-7. Orcas lead Old Blue.
You see the drive here, the body height from all those green jerseys. Keep it nice and low. Pulling players across. Great job from Elena Uesi. Just urging their team forward. And the freight train that is the forward pack of the Orcas is getting it done early.
Ball up in the air again. Akwi again involved. Tips that ball back. He's just Superman in there. Scrum advantage to Old Blue. Probably look to run this one. Looking to get that offload again. Fawcett in the midfield. Has a player coming over to try to dig that ball, but they're going to be fine. They're going to hang on to it. Jacob Rafter is going to move it. It's going to get a wriggled free there from Cam Roberts. Going to get it to Connor Wallace-Sims. Connor Wallace-Sims gets to the 5-meter line.
Near the goal line.
Malik Bryant out there, so a little bit of a jersey number change. Penalty against Seattle. In the meanwhile, it's going to be a line out here for Old Blues. See the ball come out to Malik Bryant there. Malik Bryant can't quite make it, but Tim, there's a penalty in here.
Yeah, they're fighting for it. You see the hands coming in. There's already contact made. Anytime you have the shoulders connection between the two teams, you can't have hands touching the ball. Easy call for the referee.
Big drive coming from Old Blue. Try awarded. They're just changing punches right now, Tim. Get inside the other team's 22. Go in there and score. That's another 5 points. They bring themselves to 12.
I mean, we're only 10 minutes in this match. Both teams with 2 tries, and look at the surge there right through the teeth of the defense, and that's the butcher Dylan Fawcett MLR's leading try scorer, and he is leading the way here already with an assist over to Lauder earlier, really making his presence felt here on the biggest stage in USA Club Rugby.
Kick to come. Here Joyce lines it up. Tough kick on the angle. Assistant referees are happy. Both kickers now on point. So it is all tied up at 14.
You see the surge here. And again, off the back, Fawcett just knows what to do with it. Was in great position. What an athlete he is. Leads the MLR in total matches. He's over 100. Only 2 players have done that in league history, and he is excelling here on the big stage as well.
Ball goes up, knocked on by Seattle. Player might have wanted just to do something with that because they've given the opportunity to Old Blue here, and they're not going to waste any time with the territory game. But it's going to come into the hands of Jonathan Reed. Jonathan Reed, very tactically astute, puts that one inside the 22. Gets knocked back by Joyce, and he's going to go to the boot. Territory game is on. Now Seattle's opportunity. They go to the boot, hoist one high in the air. It's going to go directly in a touch. You can see the captain, Manate Akwe, winning his way back. And it's going to be a line out here for Old Blue.
Again, both teams just kind of feeling each other out. We've seen these driving mauls. Neither team has been able to crack the code in that category just yet. This will set up something here for Old Blue. Again, just down by 2. The yellow card there on the Orcas. This is going to be the opportunity they're looking for to take their first lead of the match.
Ball there into the hands of Mike St. Clair. Old Blue on the move at the 40-meter line. Ball comes quick from Franklin. Big bruising run from the forwards of this Old Blue New York team. Looking to take the lead here. Kieran Joyce takes it in. Lauder gets it wide. They have some runners out there. That's Brock Duncan. Quick hands. Akwe gets it out into the hands of Ray Santiago, but it might have been forward. A little too eager there. Going to be a scrum for Seattle.
Yeah, maybe just trying to do a little bit too much with it. They had the possession. They had the territory they were looking for. You see Santiago just couldn't make anything happen, trying to get something out of nothing there. They've still got Old Blue pinned in. As you see the yellow-carded player in the bin. Be huge for the Orcas. If they can hold out Old Blue. Boys from New York going to be looking to take, again, their first lead of the match. Orcas put into the scrum, though.
Crouch! Bind! Too much pressure.
Free kick there. Players driving in too quickly for Old Blue.
Yeah, you're inside.
Yeah, anytime before the set is called, if that thing's already moving, that's an early drive, an easy one for the experienced MLR experience, Cat Roach.
Was a free kick, so it'll be a line out here for Old Blue. It doesn't go to Seattle, but they're playing that territory game. We're all tied up. D1 championship trophy awaits. In they come through Daquan Perry. Round they go, out the back, looking for the runners. They get the ball there to Cam Roberts. He overcooks it a bit, so we'll have a line out coming to the Seattle Orcas.
Yeah, again, they're able to do a good enough job there to keep possession, or at least steal it back. And now they're on the front foot here in attacking opportunity. I like the idea off that free kick, though, just to punch this one down, and now they're able to make one good thing happen. Back in attacking opportunity, still with the one-man disadvantage, though, for a few more minutes. Let's see what they decide to do with it, maybe keep it in tight for a few.
Gonna move this one, run some big boys in there. CO not gonna make too much ground. Old Blue piling into this one. All good to go. Another big collision. Rock Duncan. Old Blue makes that one. A little offload there. They're getting some go forward here. Seattle right at the 40-meter line. Penalty not rolling away against Old Blue New York. Players from Seattle letting the Old Blue player know he does indeed need to get out. Lauder takes a little umbrage. Referee Roach calms them down. We'll move this one downfield.
Yeah, Lauder was able to get his hands on this one, but you see it's big number 18. Just couldn't roll away quick enough as here they come together. Players just not rolling away to get out of there. He had no chance to present it. So good work by Lauder to get on top of it.
Thank you.
Referees having a little chat, telling the captains, please keep your players in line here. Let's have a good sportsman-like game. That one goes downfield.
Yeah, I mentioned Roach with MLR experience, also on the Rugby World Cup stage as well. As you see, just a little shoving in from both sides. And good work again from Cat Roach. Settle things down as we have got an excellent one on our hands for the D1 championship.
Seattle, ball in hand, sending some runners in. Good power they get on that one. No players for the Jackal, so all the defenders on their feet there for this Old Blue team. Across they come. Reed gets it out. Gonna move that one back in. Ripped away by Old Blue in the action. So good job there. Skill of these players just keeps going, and that one just chipped ahead into touch. So it will be a line out here for Seattle, but further back. Great job to Quan Perry.
Yeah, Daquan got in there, ripped it out. Try saving phase there, turn some defense into offense. They'll send it down the pitch a little bit, give them some breathing room. The Orcas have showed how potent they can be. We kind of forget a little bit it's the two big scores for Old Blue, but the Orcas have been dominant with these lineouts. See if they try to keep that same strategy a little further out than they would like.
All the way from Seattle. A couple of wraparounds of back. They go for the kick pass in this tricky wind. Didn't backfire, but didn't work. So it's going to be a line out here for Old Blue. Try to take it quick, but can't do it in front of the mark. So they're going to go back for the line out.
You saw a little bit of words there for Cat Roach. Big smile on her face. As again, they tried to take it quick. Thought they had it, but we'll bring it back here behind the mark. You see the flag go up. Got to take it to the right of the AR there.
Going back a little bit are Seattle. They have the ball inside the Old Blue 50-meter line. Going to gain some ground right there. Player has to roll away and does. Reed. Big bump there for Sia.
Back up!
Coming in this direction and get the ball into the hands of one of their Seattle runners there. Ball slips away. It's in Old Blue's hands. Lauder spots some open space, so he's going to launch it downfield. Doesn't make it all the way back to touch. They're going to play it in field. Got some company to do these players, so ball in hand. CO takes that one down. It's Reed who has to come in and clean that one up. We're going to have a penalty here against this Seattle team. Defense not getting back quick enough. That's some of that fatigue from yesterday, Tim.
Yeah, they fought so hard for it, though, trying to drive him off the ball. Great work coming in. Aiden Smith, part of that combination, earned themselves the penalty, and this is where they are so dangerous. Twice they've been inside the 22, and twice they have scored. See what they've got up their sleeve. Joyce is going to bang this one out into touch. Already one driving maul try under their belts, John. They'll be looking to replicate it here possibly.
Just hold. Yellow card's coming back on. Just hold.
Yellow card coming back on, according to referee Roach.
We're good now, thank you.
Ball up, slips out of the hands of Old Blue into the hands of Seattle. Big, powerful run coming through there from Tupufia. Waiting for the ball back there. Seo has to dribble that one. 2 players on quick. Be a line out for Old Blue.
Boy, talk about just a quick bang-bang decision there. It looks like the charge down was on. We've seen how high up Akui can get, and he just went for the grubber instead. It might have just been placed a little far, but boy, that worked out to perfection because that was dangerous stuff with the South Sudanese player getting up high, ready to knock it down.
Ball to the front. Akui takes it. Lauder turns, looks for a little space there because his passing lane was closed. He's got a number of Orcas around him, so he hands it off to Raymond Santiago. Ray Santiago gets that ball back. Lauder now in the middle of the field to Quan Perry. Punches a hole.
Don't touch it, Green.
Fawcett comes in, moves that one. Middle of the field they come. Straightforward effort there. Somebody needs to get this ball away, and they do. Kieran Joyce takes to the ground, back across field. Mike St. Clair moves the ball on. They're at the Seattle 22. They got runners now. That's Luke Vakasisi-Kakala makes that one. Ball is eventually kicked. Nothing happening there, so it's going to be a line out here for the Seattle Orcas.
A strong defensive stand that time. They held firm, but the pressure is still on. That little kick, way too powerful to really, maybe a little bit of a pop would have helped them out, but that one had some heat on it, but a good job just keeping the pressure on, applying them here inside their own 22. They are not out of the woods yet. It's going to take a good little effort. We've seen that kick strategy as the exit has been difficult so far.
Ball goes up, taken right at the apex there. Good work, but it slips. Advantage here to Old Blue. They're going to have a scrum 5 meters out from this Seattle line with the wind. The ball just gets a little bit to your fingertips sometimes. That seemed to be what happened there.
Yeah, it was, I believe, Potter and Fogg, the flankers on the outside that were looking to get this reception here. You see the hard crash coming in, but they just couldn't keep it to hand. Coney Fogg drops it in, and now the pressure gets ratcheted up as Old Blue, again, still sniffing around, trying to find their first lead of this match.
Set!
Ball to come in here from Old Blue. Pressure coming from Seattle, but Lauder gets a hold of. They have runners wrapping around. They try to get it to St. Clair and do, but he is upended. Lauder looking for a second, but not there. The captain, Manate Akui. Ball around the try line. Ball into the hands. This one's going in. That's going to be a try for Jacob Rafter. Jacob Rafter touches one down. 5 points on the board for Old Blue for Jacob Rafter, his first of the weekend, as Old Blue takes the lead.
And you'll see they get close there. Another little go at it. Cam Roberts thought he might have it, but then they quickly get it to the outside. Beautiful hands by Kieran Joyce. The fly half spins it out with that final pass. We see here, beautiful offload off the deck, and the quick hands opens it up on the outside. Tremendous try for the big flanker out there. Rafter gets one down. I believe he had one yesterday. A solid match for him. Did a lot of the dirty work for him, but gets some glory on the edge here in the championship.
That one is good. Both kickers very much on point in this win as they go up 21-14 to Old Blue New York. We take another look at this try.
Again, really started from Cam Roberts. He had the guts to take on the teeth of the defense inside, close to the goal line. Was able to he got repelled, but he held firm and somehow got that pass off. I mean, he was inches from hitting the deck and just knew he had numbers out there, did everything he could to get it, and got his squad the try.
High kick there from Reed to get us going. Well taken by Old Blue, but players in and over. They're going to get penalized. They are right away. Just enough daylight for Seattle to get their hands in there.
Right there. Yep.
Strong tackle from Tupufia. And then they were right there to clean things up as well. Strong work from the Orcas. And John, every time a team takes the lead, the response has been there within the first 3 minutes of it. As you see another strong take off of the top into contact, but the Orcas right there to rip it out, get their hands on it. Now they're pushing forward again inside the 22. I mentioned it earlier.
I would say they're in their preferred place.
Yeah,
I was going to say, this is their preferred place, right? Their first 2 tries have gone to Faust from driving mauls. See if they can complete this again. Old Blue will have some thoughts about how to stop this. They don't want it to happen again as the ball goes up in the air, taken down by Deemers. Here comes the drive. Big pressure coming from Old Blue, but they move it off to the other side. That's the same maul. They're at the line, but this time not in for 5 yet. Gonna have to go to the trenches. Referee's going to whistle it as unplayable. So it's going to be a scrum here for the Seattle Orcas. Old Blue on defense.
Shout out to Jamie Lauder there. You'll see him coming in from his scrum half position from the right-hand side of your screen. He comes around the corner and just makes this try-saving tackle into contact. Gets driven back a little bit, but holds on for dear life, suplexes him down to deck, and gets in the way just enough. They couldn't get it out of there. And a hold for now for Old Blue.
Ball to come in here. Wright has it. Ball messy. Reed has to go back on it. Moves it out in the middle of the field. They're looking down this right-hand side. They do have some speed on the outside, and that's good right there from their fullback, Ian Wright. Try awarded, next effort, right in and over. So that's impressive stuff for the Seattle Orcas. Ian Wright scoring off a little bobbled ball there on the line out. These teams are just punch, counter punch.
See this again around the corner. You see the speed almost there for Aiden Smith, but just too much power. He left it, dropped the ball, got back up to his feet before he picked it up. You saw Dylan Fawcett didn't think he'd done it correctly, but that beautiful next level rugby replay shows that he used it to perfection, dropped it right there, back to his feet, scoops it up, and slams it home for the try. And again, John, the responses are coming fast and quick and turning this one into an excellent match.
It's amazing, isn't it? Just the lead change is so much fun. That's good. So it's going to be 21-all. This is what you want in a championship matchup, Tim. These two teams have battled their way to the top of the table in the USA, and it shows why right here. So evenly matched at the moment.
A terrific try on the outside for the man from Central Washington. Shows his skill to really put the team on his back on that one and get that try all by himself.
Akui is just a superhero around these things. That is Old Blue going to answer again. Here they are inside the 10-meter line. Haven't had much play in the middle of the field so far this game, which is what's fascinating, as Vaka Sisi Kakala adds some power to this, gets the ball back. Lauder comes the other way. Akui puts a little wraparound pass. Santiago. Got runners in the middle of the field. They find DeQuan Perry. Lauder, quick ball. Finds Kieran Joyce. Middle of the field. They find Dylan Fawcett, the butcher. Ball rolls back from him. Looking for clean ball. Lauder gets it. Akui has a wraparound from Kieran Joyce. Kieran Joyce goes wide. It slips by Aiden Smith. Going to be a line out here for Seattle.
Yeah, a little slip of a deep pass there. Couldn't find his target. But look at Akui here. Gets up over the top. snatches it out. Maybe a little shove in the back there, but nothing too bad. Able to pop back up and take it away, and we've seen him do that with ease, I think 2 times already off of these restarts. He has been right up there, actually make it 3 times, getting into the face. No question where that ball's going off of the restarts for Old Blue.
Crouch! Bind!
Referee Roach brings the scrums together.
Back 9.
Right to Reed. Reed judges that win, pushes it downfield, doesn't get too much. Old Blue line out just outside the 22. 30 minutes gone, 10 minutes in the first half. It has been at a stalemate. Score, try, keep this one level for both of these teams. We'll see who can get the ascendancy. 10 minutes, see if somebody can go into the sheds with a few more points. Santiago takes it down, but not straight in the wind. That's a tough one. Going to be a scrum here for Seattle.
9 minutes left.
Yeah, and for the Orcas, that's really what they're looking for. The most difficult thing for them so far in this match has been finding an exit strategy from inside their 22. They've been kept pinned in there just about every time Old Blue's gotten down there. Eventually, they've scored the try. So let's see if they can find something here off of the scrum. But that high-pressure defense from Old Blue has really stifled them down here on this end of the pitch.
Bind! Set!
Ball in. Seattle has it. They go to the centers. They go to CO. He's going to punch some space. Wright is going to move it to a set of forwards at the 22 there, looking to create some space potentially for Reed. As they get it back to Reed, he's got company. They're paying attention to him. So it takes him a second to get that kick away, but he does, and it's fine. Smith comes down with it, gets it across to Roberts. Roberts comes back in the same direction. Beats the first defender, beats the second. Goes down, does he get himself isolated? No, he doesn't. Lauder gets it across. Kieran Joyce has to bobble, but he comes up with it. Pops it up to Lauder. Lauder. Fawcett, that first receiver spot. Not much in the way of options, so takes it in. Akasisi Kakala has Duncan coming in, but penalized. Just that daylight again. Players are going to rip that away, and that one right there again is Matthew Potter.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen Potter get that poach. Terrific work. And if you're Old Blue, again, just hit Fawcett right there. Nobody with them, flat-footed. Don't know if he was quite looking for that one, hoping they would go to the outside. But again, with the kick now, the Orcas marching their way back down the pitch, John. And you're right. I mean, we're seeing a little bit of play here in the center, but majority of it still inside the 22. And again, we've gone 7-7, 14-14, 21-21. You want an evenly matched national championship, you have got it here on the D1 side.
The landscaper will be happy about the middle of the field. Ball to the front, well done, taken down. Wright gets it away to Reed. They go around the back this time. They're quick hands, but it's going to be shut down eventually. Bryant and St. Clair shut that down wide. They have players coming back in, trying to get in is DeQuan Perry, and does. DeQuan Perry is going to turn that one over. Impressive work.
Yeah, Potter was questioning that one. Looked like contact was maybe made there with Perry before he got his hands on the ball, but referee Cat Roach was right there on the spot to be able to see everything clearly. It'll give Old Blue an opportunity to maybe flip the pitch here. Again, that wind really starting to play havoc with things. They're still got enough power in the tank to send that one out into touch and set up the attack. We'll see here. Off to the right-hand side they come into contact. down with it. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was such a bang play. But again,
quick.
Kat Roach right there on it. She's got the experienced eye to make sure the right call is made.
Here, a couple teams cheering, more trophies getting handed out as Seattle blocks that one. It comes down to Akui anyway. Any loose ball seems to be his. Little pass in the middle of the field. Rafter comes again. He's already been in the try zone. He will not be tackled easily. Ball comes across. Do they have the line here? They have some runners. The pass doesn't go. Malik Ryan tries to shake a couple, winds up in contact in and over his Potter. He's stolen a couple, but not that time. Cross they come into the hands of Fawcett. Puts a little pop pass up there. Wrong team comes up with it for him, but happy are this Seattle team. We're at 4.5 minutes to go. Ball in the middle of the field. Across they come. Aiden Smith looking for a runner. Puts it wide. It's an intercept pass from Smith. Into the hands of Seattle. The player hands on and over. Akui can actually make a mistake and not play to perfection. Gets called for that one there.
Yeah, Eduardo Wilson reaches up high out of the sky and takes it. You look at Akui there. No contact made again from the other team. Gets his hands on it right there. I don't know about that one.
I thought the referee might have said Tim, his hands were beyond the ball, right? You have to go right to the ball. You can't get your hands beyond it. Because I agree, it was clear there. We'd have to see. Taking a look. Tim, talk us.
Yeah, if you go down and your elbows hit the deck and you're not fully supporting the weight, that's probably what it was. Just got over the top of it, hands hit, had to push himself back off the deck, and probably did not have full support of his own body weight in there.
I've got 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
Ball up down to Seattle. They're going to drive this one from the 40-meter line. But it was knocked on in there accidentally, so it's going to be scrum for Old Blue. 3 minutes to go in the first half.
This is probably the longest we've gone in this match without a try. Both these teams have been extremely potent throughout as we see the throw coming in there from the double try scorer Faust. Just not straight enough. Both teams kind of creeping their way into that tunnel. But again, strong work from our referee Roach there in the back, right in line with it. She was able to see that one got slightly knocked on in there. So little mistakes here late in the first half. Got to remember, 80 minutes in the books yesterday, John. They're over 100 for the weekend.
Advantage!
Advantage here for Old Blue on that. So they have a free play as they go around to Joyce. Joyce finds the runner out wide. Finds that runner in Cam Roberts. The advantage is over. As the advantage is called over, is a big hit out there. Looks like the ball went into touch. Referee and assistant referee going to take a second to confer.
Great movement here, planned play, gets it through the hands. Joyce with the pinpoint pass, gets it over to Cam Roberts, but then he is going to be met here by Ian Wright, his opposing 15, who lays the boom. Let's take another look at that one. He tried to get low off that pass there, maybe a little too late as well. Referee was right there with it, did not call for the penalty. As we hear another national championship celebration going on. Yeah, definitely high. I mean, a little bit of a slip there, so maybe it mitigates down.
On the ground, he has a legal tackle position. For me, it's just run the incident. Without TMO, I can't see it again, okay? So it's just going to be a line out here to green.
Yeah, John, it was that flip, I think, as he was kind of starting to fall down a little bit. I mean, at most,
I think he's
probably
going to the ground.
There.
Yeah, I agree. Penalty most, rugby incident. You know, he's trying to get rid of that ball, so it's going to be play on according to Cat Roach. So line out here for Seattle. 2 minutes to go. Ball comes back. We've got some celebrations going on. We'll try to keep you going in this one as Seattle comes. Goes out to Reed. Looking for a late try here. Someone. In and over Akui, but not that time. Back there in the hands of Reed. He's going to go to the boot. Playing this wind that's kind of going crossfield. It's not really favoring anybody, the wind at the moment, which is kind of the fascinating part of it. They get the ball away there to Malik Bryant. Malik Bryant gets by the first, gets by the second, dancing through these Orcas defenders. Akui gets quick hands. St. Clair into contact. Lauder back out to Fawcett. Fawcett, little tip pass in there to Vakasisi Kakala as the ball squirts out illegally. So it is Old Blues' opportunity here. 40 seconds left on the clock. We will see what they choose to do strategically for the last few seconds here.
Spin this one out, not rolling away the call there. I think that's CO. You'll see him fall on the wrong side of the ruck and just didn't show enough to get out of, or want to get out of there quick enough for Cat Roach. So decision now here, though, John. You mentioned that wind that's really hindered a lot of the kicking game. I mean, both teams are 3 for 3 on their conversions, but neither have attempted that penalty yet. We see it looks like Cam Roberts is going to be exiting the pitch here, so we'll see what sub comes on for him. Let's see what the final strategy is here for Old Blue of New York, as they have put an outstanding show in for the first half. Both these squads with the responses. We spent more time tied, knotted up, than we have with either team with the lead. And it does look like he's going to step up to it, John. Kieran Joyce going to try and bang this one through for the lead at halftime.
We're over the 40. This could be the end of it. This ball is live, however, so Seattle has to keep on this. 21-21, kick off the boot, has the distance, does not have the accuracy. A referee sees it, and a referee's going to whistle this for halftime. Exciting national championship, 3 tries apiece, 21-21. We're going to step aside for a few minutes. We'll bring you the second 40 after this.
Stop muscle cramps now. When a muscle cramp hits, you don't need a routine. You need relief now. Pickle Juice is a hyperfunctional performance beverage made to stop muscle cramps within 60 seconds. All natural, clinically proven, built for real life. When a muscle cramp hits, hit back.
A message from the rugby universe. America, get in the game! It's time the sleeping giant of rugby got off the sideline and into the action. But like all big jobs, you'll need the right tools. Go to worldrugbyshop.com for boots, jerseys, shorts, and scrum caps. Everything you'll need to rock and roll. Get the right kit for playing and training, plus the finest selection of official supporters gear from around the globe. worldrugbyshop.com, America's home for rugby.
Credo Rugby is a club development platform that helps rugby clubs create and sell their own on-field training and fan supporters gear. We work with clubs of all sizes, from grassroots to professional, and help them generate revenue to support their continuous development.
Tell me about your experience with RCT so far.
Well, I think my experience can be best described as really fun and community bonding because I meet so many new people playing the sport I love.
I wrestle and I play football, and there's nothing like rugby. You know?
Yeah, everybody that I've ever met that tries rugby just comes to one practice has ended up liking it. And I asked her like what it was, and she said like full contact, like same rules, guys and girls, and I didn't believe her. And then she was like, oh, come out to our practices. And I did, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to play. And then I started playing. And it was really fun.
I don't know, it's just a game that I love. It's pretty fun though, I don't know, I just love everything about it.
The laid-back atmosphere of it, we all be friends on the field and off the field.
Just the bond and the vibe from everybody is nice and builds like a lot of character.
You should play it. Play rugby. That's it.
Like how we can like beat fun of each other in the game, but then we like come together after and we're just like shake hands.
What do you think that is? Why is that?
I personally think it's like, it's just, we're all one community, like it's one family. You all play rugby, it's just one family.
It's a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you have to have respect for the person going after you, because you work hard and they have to work just as hard after you.
So you say that respect is probably the greatest value you can gain out of this game?
By far.
Yeah.
By far.
It's great. We all love each other. We all like hanging out at these tournaments.
Just meeting so many new people and getting to know them is just amazing. And meeting so many new friends, it's definitely.
Nah, one word is family. Like you got people like you could depend on.
Probably my favorite part of playing rugby is like I can forget any problem I'm having at school or at home or just any kind of worry or burden and just like giving my all on the field.
We all choose to come here. We don't have to be here, you know. It's just good fun coming out on a Sunday, playing, getting all together, and just great.
All right, so yeah, I think it's the fact that we can play very hard, smack each other up, boom each other, and just eat good and talk to laugh with each other after.
So, one thing that rugby's done for you?
It's brought up a lot of my confidence. I wasn't very confident in middle school, and I knew that if I wanted to become a better player, I would have to bring up my game, which I did, and I've just become so much like a better person.
Down on the field here at your D1 National Championship. Halftime, I'm here with Coach Gary Hebner, feature for Old Blue. You've been around for so long and they've been in this position so many times. What did you tell them for the last 40 minutes to get over the hump and get this national championship?
The first half was a bit sloppy. We had a good plan against these guys, but we didn't keep to it. In the second half, we will keep to the plan, and even with the win, we're going to be doing a bit better.
Coach, 40 more minutes to the national championship. What does it mean to you and Old Blue to get one here in Chicago?
We got 85 guys took the field for us this year in our two teams, and we got about 1,000 old boys supporting us, so it's for everybody.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half. This second half is going to turn out to be one of the classics, next level rugby classics. Kicking it back up top to you all.
Thank you, Lance Kavanaugh. We take a look at some highlights of the first half. John Broker with Tim Wilkes bringing you this. That's the first try there from Faust. Tim, talk us through here.
Yeah, you got the Butcher there with the assist as he gets it over to Louder. Jamie Louder making his presence felt on the pitch, but then they come right back with another driving maul, and it's Faust again with his second. They looked so good with it, but the response was right on deck, and they push through, and that's Fawcett getting his own. Off to the outside they come through the hands, and it's Rafter. Johnny on the spot out there, but the response again coming fast and furious, and great work. That was Ian Wright that was able to pound his way through, pop back up to his feet, and took it home, and that's what's on the line there, John. We heard Lance talking with Gary Havner, and boy, 0-6 in this national championship. They are trying to get that off their backs here in Chicago.
They certainly are. Ball down here off the restart. Old Blue has it. Sam Windsor has come into the game at fullback for Cam Roberts. For Old Blue. We wish Cam Windsor the best. Little injury there. Seattle has different ideas than the coaching staff of Old Blue. They want this title. Ball across into the hands of Reed. Puts a pot into contact there. Referee Cat Roach has done a fantastic job controlling this game. It's exciting. It is back and forth. There's a lot going on. That one overcooked with this wind from Reed. So we'll come back for a line out here for Old Blue.
Yeah, Reed's been terrific throughout this match, sending it deep. But as we mentioned, that wind is really starting to pick up. Some big-time 15-mile-an-hour plus gusts coming right into the face as you watch this one. So it's playing havoc with a lot of those kicks, and anytime you're going to come here to the near side, you got to give it a little less juice. This one overcooked and sets up Old Blue.
Quan Perry. Good turnovers in the first half. Strong play. Ball in the middle of the field. Wrap around to the back. Bryant can't find the room. Quickly up from Rafter. He's been a menace. Scored a try. What a first half he's had. Go forward with the ball. Very active. Always on it. Young player. And they go. Ray Santiago has that one. Cross. They go. Runners out the back. Looking for it. Windsor gets the ball away. Lauder. Puts a late one up there. Rafter hangs on to it. That's fine. Off they come again. Kieran Joyce. Send Perry in. Dummy runners coming. They're trying to get that confusion and motion in the midfield against Seattle. Fawcett takes that one in. At the 22, Old Blue wants to get first strike in this second half. You can feel it. Coming down, building the momentum. Winter with full pass up. Fawcett, that ball goes backwards, so they're happy. So Aiden Smith has it. Aiden Smith's going to touchdown off a little errant ball there. We are going to have a conversation between the ref and assistant ref. But Aiden Smith may be getting 5 points in this championship match.
So from my angle, it looks like it's gone backward. Did you have anything different from your angle?
We went forward on the second.
Okay, so you've seen clear pictures of your coach.
Yeah.
No try! Knock on!
The try is called off. There was a knock on. Aiden Smith not as lucky as he thought he might be.
He had the better angle.
Come back for a knock on.
See Fawcett with it clanking into the would-be tacklers. Brings that one back, and as he scoops it up, I think that might be it there. You'll see him come around the corner with it.
Just make sure I'm seeing
Able to bring this one home, but yeah, I do think Fawcett may have lost that one forward there. Fully wiping that one off the board.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Ball to come in here for Seattle. At the 22, Seattle. Just trying to get a starter play there, driven back by Old Blue. Ball back to Reed. He's going to put it downfield. Finds some green grass. Smith. Try chalked off just a minute ago. Windsor comes across. Franklin shows to the outside, goes to the in, able to keep his feet. Again, breaks away from that tackle. Individual work here from Franklin. Is he going to go through? He's at the line. He's pumping those legs. Can't quite reach it. Old Blue looking for first points with an advantage. Penalty right there in front of the post. Akwi has the ball. He's going to go quick. The captain, Manate Akwi, touches down. 5 points. First try of the half. And a little style from Manate Akwi. 26-21.
Akwi played with Zimbabwe as well, formerly from South Sudan, but he has really been putting on a show this weekend. Terrific work. Just going to lower the head and fight through the would-be tacklers. Great work on that end. Ian Wright almost made the try-saving tackle there for the Orcas on the previous phase, but off of the penalty, that man right there knows how to finish. He's done so well with some of the open play, getting up high, stealing stuff, and now he gets on the scoreboard.
Kick is good, so the full 7 points there as we see some of the Seattle fans out here. Seattle fans traveling. One of them not as excited.
Gotta love the enthusiasm of the fans, everybody watching wherever you are in the world. We thank you for joining us. It's been a terrific last 3 days, John. So much terrific rugby that has been played, and one final trophy to dish out.
Just scores a try, just does some dancing. Manate Akui comes down with that restart. He is everywhere. That one kick. Did it go directly out? Didn't see it was in front of the 22. Referee Roach says, indeed, we're going to come all the way back. Akui telling his team, next job, don't worry about it. Let's keep going.
Yeah, that's able to have an opportunity here. And again, the story of this match has been the responses, the try responses. Time and time again, the team that is down has had the ability to come right back, and we've never had more than a 7-point lead at any point in this match.
Ball middle of the field there to Reed. Angle back in, player well marshaled by the Old Blue defense. But pick and go, maybe a little hole punched in here, the momentum starting. Around the back to Reed. He's got runners on the outside, but can't take it at pace. Right. Ball slips out of the hands of the target there, so it's going to be a scrum here to Old Blue.
Yeah, just the mistakes, not allowing the Orcas to find that penetration they need to break the gain line. Strong work on the outside from Eduardo Wilson. But we look here, into contact they come. The big number 8 just has that one coughed up as Andrew Miller couldn't hang on to it and recycle that one back. Old Blue getting it done on the defensive end, subbing in some new players, bringing some extra life to the pitch as well.
With a long weekend, playing on Friday, a one-day break, and then playing today, these fresh legs always needed for these teams. We'll see whose bench may have the bigger impact today. Referee Roach brings down another scrum. It's Old Blue ball. Lauder has it. We're just going to set this one back down.
I can't call an early drive if you guys are backing out of it. Is that clear? Okay, who's that?
Look at the influential Jonathan Reed.
Here we go.
Crouch!
Let's go.
Bind! Set!
Ball in. Old Blue. Pressure coming on from Seattle, but no problem. Out the back they go. They're going to go to the boot from the 22. Reed is going to be in the right place to field it. Reed, the 50-22 is on, but looks for his teammate rolling on it at one and finds him. Now they go a little wider, but that ball went back. Referee's okay with it.
Do you have anything, Ben?
Picked up. Quickly there.
Last foot.
Cross come Seattle, looking for a runner out wide and find it. They go on with the width right there. Old Blue players launching over that one. Referee okay with it. Now to the other wing. Coming in there is Ian Wright. Scored a try earlier in the game, the fullback. A little messy here. Maybe we don't want to play in the middle of the field here, Tim. Both teams been a little off. But that'll be a knock-on anyway from Old Blue first. So scrum here for Seattle. Perhaps what they need is just to get into a scrum here and be able to get into their rhythm.
Yeah, they got bailed out on that one with the knock-on, because then end-to-end stuff, they never really broke the gain line. Had a hard runner coming in from the back line. He thought he was getting it. But in the end, they slipped it out, tried to keep things moving out to the outside, but could not make it happen. They'll have the scrum. Our fans coming in. Been a great weekend of rugby here at the Chicago Blaze Complex. Been fantastic to see 4 new national champions. We'll have another one here if Old White can hang on to this one. Or excuse me, Old Blue can hang on to this one, John.
Again, do we understand? Thank you.
Forgiven, Tim, no problem. Old White just won their second national championship in D2. There's another champion right there. That's Tampa Crew. Second place team, Tampa Crew, but having fun nonetheless.
Coach! Fine!
Reed. Getting it behind, right to put it in. Big push from Old Blue. Penalty coming. You can see what it means to the captain, Akui.
Yeah, Seattle started to bail out of that one a little bit as it did spin the full 90 degrees. Didn't really get pushed backwards directly off of it. You see a little bit of surge, but then it just starts to turn. And it does look like that prop there for Seattle. He's the one that really got his body fully turned and started to wedge that one. Made that call a little easier for Cat Roach.
Line out here for Old Blue. Closer to that Seattle line. They're in the lead right now by 7. Can they extend that lead and start to put a little dominance onto this game? So evenly matched so far. To the front they go, not clean, but comes down. Lauder sees some space, goes for the run, gets the ball up in one of the replacements' hands. Shaquar Williams. He's not tackled, so he can keep going. Can Williams driving towards the line, pumping the legs. Seattle players must release. Referee making sure. Old Blue still on the ball here. DeQuan Perry, the next carry. A little wider they come. They send that ball to Rafter. He nearly had another one. In, are they in? They are in. They are over. Well-deserved 2 in a row there. Akui. I don't know if that's a new dance step, but he deserves it. Great try there from the captain. He is leading from everywhere.
And he played 2 years with the Seattle Seawolves, MLR experience, and you get him this close to the line. He knows how to get low and surge forward for the score. His second on the day. As you see him pick this one up out the back, and you just see him waist high. Nobody else is getting down low enough to stop him. And Akui sends it up to the sky as he's got his second try.
Kieran Joyce hits that one. 35-21 score here. First time somebody scored twice in a row in this game. So Old Blue getting the better of it at 53 minutes. Plenty of time here left for Seattle. But good for Old Blue's energy levels right there, Tim, that they've gotten 2 in a row.
Yeah, Kieran Joyce pointing to the forearm, ice in that man's veins as he strikes that one through. He is 5 for 5 on the conversion kicks, John. An incredible performance from him that has really lifted them up and allowed them to take, as you mentioned, the largest lead of this match and at the right time as well.
Ball up in the air. Akui called back in action and is perfectly happy to take it there. So ball to Old Blue. Outside their 22, so they can't kick directly out. Won't help. That's Rafter.
Take him back in.
Back there to Joyce. Joyce. Gonna keep that one in the field. Windsor, pardon me. Kick that one. Ball comes back. Little pop up there from Seattle. Was that high? Referee's fine with it. That one's bobbled. Old Blue will have a line out. Old Blue celebrating some mistakes here from the other team.
We're not getting involved in anything behind the ref, clear? Neither of us are getting involved in that. So not
Roach still laying down the law out there. It was Nakoni Fogg, just couldn't hang on to that one. And here in the second half, John, we've just seen that too often from the Orcas, the knock-on, slowing down their attack. As you see them get this one out, but again, catching it a little bit flat-footed. Kind of happens sometimes when the scrum half's not running the show in there. Unfortunate stuff for the Orcas. But now, John, with only 25 minutes left, they've got to get that figured out and get those mistakes down.
They're going to get ball back in hand here. Old Blue has it right now, looking downfield. Lauder moves it into the middle of the field. They go. They get it to the wing. The speed is on here for Bryant. Bryant steps one, Bryant steps two, Bryant sails towards the try line, and 3 in a row unanswered for Old Blue New York. They are looking for a championship. That is Franklin.
Malik Bryant with the try. Great work on the outside to take it the distance. And beautiful use of hands. Just watch how quickly they get it through. Last little pass finds its target from Raymond. And a great try to take it the distance. Therefore, Malik Bryant just had the one final player to get around. But good, quick use of hands just completely caught them off guard. Only had the one fullback that was really there to make the tackle. But look at that hard step back to the outside. And then you kick on the jets and glide in for the try. Great work from Old Blue. Again, yesterday, 37-7 was the score. They can put up a large number of points. And now finally, John, that defense is starting to get things cranking for the Orcas. They gave up 2 late tries in the end of their match back to the Chicago Lions. But here, Old Blue really starting to get things clicking. Up front, they had Akui leading the way. And now the speed on the edges is starting to be effective as well, as you see the supporters getting excited about this one. National championship is now within reach.
Got some Old Blue fans there. My apologies, Malik Bryant. Great run there. Did my research early this morning. A little bit of a jersey number change. Got a couple of mix-ups in my head here, so apologies. We've been calling going games all weekend too. It can happen. The ball kicked into touch, 40-21. That kick was no good. First missed conversion of the game on one of the windier days in the Windy City. Maybe a line out here for Seattle. Who's always there first is Akui, right at the front of the line out. He leads by example. You can see him throughout the game just cheering on every single one of his teammates consistently.
Thank you.
Seattle needed to do something here. Puts it up, tail the line out. Maybe they'll take that one down. Reed gets it in behind him. Ball goes back. He's going to use the boot again. Keep it in the field. Well taken there from Old Blue. Old Blue up the middle of the field. So Aiden Smith, he's finding a little room. Eventually finds an Orca defender, and the ball slips. So it comes into the hands of the Orcas. They have a knock-on advantage here. Ball back to Reed. Reed gets that one blocked. Are they going to come back for the advantage? Indeed, they are.
A couple back and forth there. Beautiful charge down by Akui again, getting up high. He has just been right in the face of this Orcas offense throughout the match. It's a previous knock-on, though, by Old Blue that stifled that attack for the Orcas. So we will come back here, looking to get something done. But, John, they've been held off the board for a full 18 minutes here in the second half. The offense, with some of the new substitutions coming in there, Mayala in there, they just haven't been able to fully get the wheels turning.
Absolutely right, Tim. Seattle needs to get something going here. Big drive from Old Blue. Old Blue is going to commit a penalty, but they certainly have their tail feathers up at the moment.
Yeah, second time we've seen, this time it's the penalty the other way, but second time we've seen kind of Old Blue pushing down that left side on the far side there in those scrums. So I think that was the right call that time, as it just completely disintegrated. So you'll see here the push coming from that far side for Old Blue. You got to make sure you're driving them back before that thing starts to switch, and it just started moving at the angle initially right off the bat. So they get dinged for it. You see Lauder not too happy about it. But I think that's the right call in Seattle. They need something quick here, John. They've been able to get it done with the driving mauls. They're a little further out this time, but this is about the same area they got it done. They did it from 18 out. We're a little bit short. We'll see if they try to replicate what they did early.
Ball up to Seattle, driving their way forward. They could use these points. Replacement hooker in now in Markley. Continues to drive. Santiago's over the top. Ref says get out of there. Fawcett drops the ball. But ball does not come out, so it's scrum here to Old Blue. Great work, Dylan Fawcett.
Yeah, they're in the mall. Different rules than in the ruck. When that ball goes down, you do not have to release when you're defending the mall. Fawcett got his hands on it. He was not going to let go, and even though it went to deck and it was visible there from the Next Level Rugby camera setup, it wasn't fully playable, and it's got to be readily playable for them to get it out of the mall. At this point, go down, make it happen. But again, Fawcett, he gets his hands on it, and the Butcher is not going to give that one up. They try to place it out of there. But again, it has to be perfect. It has to be a clean pick out of there. It wasn't coming fast enough for Cat Roach, and so we turn this one over, and now a scrum for Old Blue.
Old Blue in their end. You said, I've come up short many times in this game, are looking to win this one. They're up 40-21 right now. A free kick here to Seattle. Scrum infraction there. Ball across. Seattle looking for points here. They got plenty of time, Seattle. 20 minutes to go in this game. Looking to put some points on the board. Right, gets it out. Players inside the 5-meter line. Trying to reach over and get that as Old Blue. Referee Cat Roach says no. Ball down there in Old Blue's hands. Was anything illegally done? It was not. She is happy with this play. So they're going to run in a couple of phases here. You would expect the ball to be kicked downfield. Indeed it is, just clearing the lines there. So it's going to be a line out for Seattle.
Yeah, hard done that time. The Orcas lose possession. They're not out of the woods yet as Old Blue. They're still going to have to defend this line out coming up. It looked like they're on the outside. Old Blue got their hands to it. Maybe came in from the side, maybe knocked it on in the process. But again, they get another crack at it now.
Ball up and over the Old Blue defenders into Seattle hands. Reed moves in the middle of the field. He's a competitor and a smart operator. He will push his team around the field. There he is, ball in hand again, coming out the back. They look for that little chip. It was touched by Old Blue, one of the referee. The ball is still in play here, so a long raker downfield from Old Blue. Sitting in the green grass, headed towards the touchline here in Illinois. Indeed it is.
Yeah, that wind carried that one. I mean, there was no chance that one was going out into touch. Took a couple of bounces and made it all the way out. And probably a good thing for Seattle because Old Blue had Aiden Smith flying down that sideline. If that one went forward instead of here near us, that could have been a different story.
Ball up, quickly taken down. Referee is going to penalize Akui.
Yeah, contact up high that time. Cannot hit the player up in the air. Akui got a little too physical and gets dinged for it. But John, if you're Old Blue, you'll take that. The aggressive nature that he has played with has gotten you through more good times than bad. As you see here, just a little contact and kind of forced him down to the deck. Not a lot in it, but I think that's the right call anytime you've got a little bit of physicality there in the line out before they hit the deck.
I've always been impressed with Akui, and today it's risen even a little more. His intensity, his desire, his working with his teammates there and constant positivity to keep things going has been very impressive. Seattle trying to get the ball back here and not going to get it. And Old Blue celebrates those small victories as they take that ball back. They feel something in their bones that's about 15 minutes away And the Orcas want to change that, but Old Blue, you can see some intensity around this team.
Yeah, you can see the intensity in Jakar Williams' eyes on that one. You see them bring this one down. It's the second time in a row, John, that they've come right through the center. They're not coming around the sides, and that was Raymond Santiago. Initially, they got his hands on it, and in the end, I think it was Akui that got in there, prevented them from letting that one come out of the depths of that maul, and it's another turnover for Old Blue.
Scrum goes down, penalty against Old Blue this time.
That's two in a
smile
row
on his face. Yeah.
2 in a row on the put-ins there. They've got to be able to hold firm, and that could be a mistake that can really get the Orcas on the march forward. They've been stifled this whole entire half. We take another look at the scrum. The big-time surge from Seattle. This one just right away, they go down. You see the black jerseys in the front row. Could not handle the pressure. And Seattle, this is where they're so dangerous, John.
Certainly are. This is their first 2 tries scored down here, but they go a little differently this time. They get the ball up to the big man, Ali Uanuese. Knocked on Old Blue scrum.
So the Old Faithful, the driving maul has not worked the last 2 times in a row, so they try a little bit of a different recipe and send Alanuesi around the corner into contact, but what an incredible tackle. Bakasisi Kakala is ready and game to lay the wood there.
Keep your angles over there, guys.
Great effort. Actually, I think that was Daquan Perry that was able to lower the boom, jar that one loose. And John, the defensive stands for Old Blue here in the second half are becoming quite numerous.
And impressive. Certainly have Old Blue ball in hand, Lauder. They get the free kick there. Team calming themselves down, ball in hand. We're going to look for territory before. May go for it again.
No, and it's on here.
But John, those little mistakes, again, they're in perfect position. They fought so hard in these scrums time and time again, but just a little too aggressive early drive. They'll smash this one back down. Still not out of the woods, in the depths of their own end. But an opportunity to march their way down the pitch, and they're more than happy to let that clock trickle down with a 19-point lead.
Yeah, 13 minutes left to go on the clock. Good lead here for Old Blue New York. Akui looking to see if he can get up and disrupt. Ball goes up, back to Seattle. Reed has it. Runners around wide, right through the middle they go. Nearly split the defense. But they have the ball back there. Coming across, big hit, putting the pod in there. Long over the top there, well taken, ball into the hands of Tomasi Puletu. Bouncing off a couple players there is Matthew Brennan. Middle of the field they go, it goes back to Reed. Reed trying to make something happen here. Moves the ball into the centers. Knocked forward, that's just been their trouble right there, and it goes to Aki Raymond in the game. Aki Raymond is going to take that one. Aki Nola Raymond.
Okay, we'll go back to the knock-on.
Long-time Old Blue player, played around a little bit, a couple of places. Very talented player right there to bring into your game.
Again, smashing into the teeth of the defense. The Orcas look like they might have something to be able to penetrate with there. I believe number 12 is Jeremiah is Louis Satima, who's been a force and a wrecking ball in that center combination that you've mentioned a couple times, John, but they just have not been able to hang on to the ball long enough to really penetrate the second half. I mean, we're now deep into this one, almost 30 minutes of action, And Orcas, again, putting up 21 points there in the first half. Old Blue just completely holding them off the scoreboard here in the second.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Ball in for Old Blue. As we hit the 70-minute mark, there is 10 minutes to go in this one. They go wide, they go outside. It went to Smith. Smith pushes that one back in. Old Blue has it, but they're under pressure. Not the best pass you would have wanted there for Raymond, but he tries to take it forward. Knock on, so Seattle ball right at the 22.
Yeah, just a knock on there, trying to clean that one up. And this is exactly what Seattle need. I mean, 19 points. They're going to need 3 converted tries to take the lead with it. Got the potency. We've seen they've got the runners to do it, but Old Blue has just been terrific on the defensive end. And these little mistakes, this is where they need to find something up their sleeve. Off of the scrum, it's kind of been back and forth, a little bit messy here in the second half with penalties and free kicks amounting time and time again.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Referee Roach, again, must be said, having a fantastic game here. Not that that's unexpected. Ball comes across in the middle of the field. The Orcas, time running down. Ball bounces into the hands of Old Blue. Old Blue, Aki Raymond's been in a lot of places in just a couple of minutes as they're going to launch that one downfield. There's some space. Will it get inside the 22? It will not, but it'll be a lineup for Seattle deep in their own end. A lot more work for them to do as we're about 8 minutes on the game clock.
Yeah, you got to give it to Old Blue. They've really been the better squad, using the wind to their advantage, starting that kick, a little bit of an angle to it, so the wind will take it all the way through. Once it hits the deck, it's going straight out into touch. You see maybe a substitution coming in here. Jamie Louder will step off the pitch. Another try scored, had 2 yesterday. He's been tremendous. A great performance for him on the national stage.
Seattle just outside their own 22. Ball sails over the top, but they hang on to it there. Juan Perry still in the field at 70 minutes as the hooker makes that tackle, still active. Time running down for this Seattle team. They put the pace on there, get to the 40-meter line. This is sheer will from their number 8, Andrew Miller. Picked up by Demers. Get it to the middle of the field. Ball bounces. It's out wide. It's at the shoelaces. It's knocked forward by Isaac Mayala. Time slowing down here. 7 minutes on the game clock. Old Blue, they said it about 15 minutes to go, can start to feel it. They can probably really start to feel that trophy win right there. They've got bear down for another 7, Tim, but they're up by 19. Orcas need to dig deep here and find those points.
You see all the larger numbers on. That means the substitutes are in, and it was Matthew Brennan, number 22, trying to find that final target. Isaac Mayala, number 23, out on the sideline, but they just have not been able to find the continuity here in the second half, have the substitutions. Thought maybe they'd be able to come in and give them a little boost after Old Blue started to open up this lead. But boy, the boys from New York, John, have held strong here in the second half and fully flexed their muscles.
Ball in, nice and steady. Fawcett still in the game. They're going to move forward, getting the ball in the middle of the field. They have some runners. They get the ball out wide there to Sam Windsor, but it's turned around. Taken back by Seattle. This can change things right here. Ian Wright's been in the try zone. Ian Wright looking to coast in. Ian Wright is in, and that changes things a bit right there. Just some time to go here. They need to put these points through quick and keep it going.
Yeah, John, you had Windsor there on the outside, but just in a tremendous job from Ian Wright. He held up a try, saved one earlier, scored one, make it number 2. But that defensive work turning it back into the offensive side of things. That might be the spark that can get them a little bit closer and possibly with the confidence that's going to be required to put this comeback together.
That one is good, so they go to 28, 40 to 28. 12 points in it here. Not much time. Clock can be, we're at the referee's discretion here.
But John, we saw a somewhat similar scoreline in the D3 championship where we had an incredible comeback. Therefore, their first national championship. It was a great one. Again, watch that one back if you can, that D3 championship. A tremendous match, but we've got a good one here. You see Old Blue, John, they're not going to rush anything from here on out. They're going to try and take as much time off of that clock as Cat Roach allows.
Every second that ticks off the clock works in the favor of Old Blue New York. Old Blue New York put one up in the air. Contestable ball bounces on the ground, knocked backwards by Seattle. Akui was there in case there was a Seattle knockback he could hang on to. Seattle. Go wide quickly. They're looking for some miracle work here from Mayala. Penalty against Old Blue. Here goes Seattle. Thought they were going to go quick, not going to. Waiting for their talisman, Jonathan Reed, to get up. He may have been slightly injured on the play there. Tough fella, ready to go.
No, you're just on the 5. Gotta keep your seat there. Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Pushing it downfield. 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Would need a quick score here, would Seattle. They get that ball up quick, no waiting. This is what they need, but unfortunate for them, doesn't go. It just wasn't at the mark, so they're going to take this one again. But it was not straight.
They got bailed out that time. John thought that was going to be the mistake that possibly put the nail in the coffin.
Reed goes around the back. You can see they're going to spin this one wide. They go in the middle of the field. That might be it. That's a little mistake. Big run coming here. Nick Franklin this time. Apologies to everyone. Love all you guys. Franklin again. Here it comes. Cross it in the middle of the field. Ball coming wide out the back. Do they have the last gap? San Windsor here. Puts the ball out to Akui. How fitting would that be? Akui. So important to this team. Such a talent. There goes Kieran Joyce. Directed things so well today for this team. Daquan Perry. Down inside the 22. Done the hard work that needs to be done. Penalty here. We'll see what they decide to go with. Players just begging them to calm down. Oliver Jenner right there, 12. Haven't seen much of Jenner today. Playing a role distributing there. And they're going to take the shot. Akui. Hand this one over.
That was Brandon Jones there for the Orcas. He came in with a strong counter ruck, started to drive that one over. Didn't need to get down and touch the ball, but he could not resist. Got the hand on it, tried to bring it back, even though shoulders were fully in contact with Old Blue. And this kick, John, as you mentioned, will be the final points that Old Blue need to secure themselves the victory. They've been 0-6. This is their 7th national championship appearance. Finally looking to break down that door and bring glory back to New York.
New York with a kick here. There is a little bit of time after this kick. That one is good. So they move to 43. We do have time for a restart. You heard referee Roach if you were listening in there. But they have a little more time, but not enough time for a Seattle comeback here. Seattle, great battle, great weekend. So much work to get here. Great game on Friday against the Chicago Lions. Old Blue just a little too much for them. Old Blue gets the ball in hand. Akui gets it, and Akui looks to break through a couple of tackles. Fawcett, these boys are still having fun. Aiden Smith gets it down, doesn't go to Akui. They're looking to come across the field. DeQuan Perry. Old Blue wants to finish this with some fun. There's a little chip forward. It's in behind. Aiden Smith is chasing onto. We have a foot race here. Was that too much of a bump? Aiden Smith is in. Aiden Smith is over. 5 more points, and this should be sure to do it. They're at 48. Seattle, just not enough there at the very end, and I think they'd want to play another 20-30 if they could, Tim.
Yeah, Aiden Smith with the foot race. Noah Wright was right there. He had the positioning and a little bit of a shove. Shoulder to shoulder, maybe a little bit of the back there with the elbow. But Wright showed he had the speed that was required. Look at that little kick from Joyce off the side of the boot, and then the speed to come all the way down. Yeah, for the referee, that's close enough. Shoulder to shoulder, play on, and what a tremendous try from Aiden Smith. Just his first year with the club, and boy, he has been outstanding.
Dylan Fawcett goes to the kick. He's not going to hit that one. Referee did say there's time for a restart here. He's no Rickard Hatting, but Dylan Fawcett gets to go for that kick there. Referee said time for another restart. We're 30 seconds over time here. Seattle. Will Old Blue go for it one more time? We'll see what decision Seattle makes here.
But I love that, John. Let the old vet get out there, give the boot a try, have some fun with it. And they have done it. They've secured this one.
That is the final whistle from referee Cat Roach, your 2026 USA Club Rugby Division I champions. Old Blue New York, after a long wait, they have put the points on the board. They've done what they had to do. This team seems to be special. They overcome the Seattle Orcas after a great season for that team, 48-28 here in Chicago. We're going to have some interviews. We're going to hand out some trophies. We still have some excitement left for you coming here. Tim, what a game.
Yeah, it was terrific. Monate Akui, the big number 7, he had a try. He had multiple steals off of the restart. I mean, he was all over the pitch, charging balls down, and you see just how much this means to the Kenyan. He is swarmed on the sidelines, and what a outstanding performance for Old Blue. Means everything to him. They need a little more physicality. But the joy that this is going to bring to the boys from New York, we heard their coach earlier, more than 1,000 of their old boys have been waiting for this moment, and they have got it done. The Orcas, John, they got on the board first, but this first half was outstanding. Response after response from both of these squads. It was Old Blue that had to come fighting back twice in the first half of this match. But again, they responded each and every time. A driving maul of their own there for Fawcett. The Butcher got into the action. And off the side again, they take it the distance. A great first half, but John, in the second half, too much from Old Blue as they just time and time again put points on. 1 try on the board for the Orcas, more than 3 there for Old Blue. As another big try there from Monate. Akui was phenomenal. Windsor gets into the action, and that's the final one to seal the deal on the outside. Malik Bryant was terrific throughout this match as well. What an outstanding performance. A championship performance in the second half. There's the solo try on the outside for Ian Wright for the Orcas. But in the end, John, just too much from Old Blue. 7 times they've come, and finally they get the glory they've been looking for.
And that's the one. Aiden Smith is going to finish this one off with a little chip forward. Opportunistic, but gets his name in the record books. Great work. Old Blue celebrating right there. We'll go down in a second. Interesting note, if you need, on Old Blue and a little rugby broadcast history. Brian Murphy of Old Blue, very critical in the early days of Next Level Rugby. So remember to hear we thank them. The way you get to view rugby now, partially started by those folks. And as we say that Old Blue's ready, we're going to go down to Lance Kavanaugh.
We are down on the field with our Division I runner-up, Seattle. Second place trophy will be presented by Tim Lee.
Congratulations.
What an amazing ending to this game. Old Blue finally getting over the hump. We've seen him take second place multiple times, able to get the championship. We're going to kick it over right here for the championship trophy for your Division I champions, New York Old Blue.
Handshake line going right there after the game, and is all thanks to the other team for incredible competition. You see these players and what it mean to them. Seattle right there, clear veteran of that program. Seattle looking to come back next year. They have a great core of players, Tim.
Yeah, they'll definitely be back and ready for more action in 2015 national champions, 2014 as well. They've got the pedigree, and you know the boys from the Pacific Northwest will be continuing to fight back again and again. And John, for Old Blue, an interesting decision here coming up for the MVP. I know you and I were both oohing and ahhing throughout the match for McQuee. Kieran Joyce was tremendous. And Aiden Smith was the speedster on the sideline that got it done in the end as well.
Lauder, too, tying things together there in the middle. Jacob Rafter was all over the place around the field. There's a lot of names you can go to here for Old Blue. We'll see where that decision goes. It will be an interesting choice as Old Blue being marshaled over there to receive their accolades for the day as the 2026 USA Rugby Club National Championships. They are looking strong. Akwi cannot stop kneeling here. You see him in the background, just so grateful for his teammates. Everything that's happened here. We have Lance Kavanaugh set. We're just waiting for a few people here. I think a couple more of their players. Here comes Akwi.
We are down on the field where the champions, New York Old Blue, will be presented with the trophy, with the trinket that they all chase, they all travel here for, to present the D1 National Championship Trophy, David McPhail.
Hey guys, last year you fought the lightning, tornadoes, storms, you fought through the season, you got to nationals again. You're the D1 Men's National Championship. On behalf of Club Rugby, USA Club Rugby, the referees, Chicago Blaze, Manate, damn fine leadership. Congratulations, you're the champion.
Champions right
here
there.
To present,
so very happy.
Division
Here's another trophy.
Here to present the Division I National Championship MVP, Al Lucas.
Hey folks, great game all the way through. Good season. It's always fun to watch you guys. But this year, our MVP for the D1 National Championship, your number 8, Dylan Fawcett.
Dylan Fawcett will take home the MVP. Dylan Fawcett, so critical to this program over the years. Let's listen in.
Dylan, you've led this team in multiple years. You left, you came back, you did so much for this Old Blues crest. How does it feel to have an MVP here in your last game representing New York Old Blue?
This represents us all. I couldn't be more proud of everybody on this field. They left it all out there, and congratulations to Seattle. It was a fucking epic performance. I'm so proud. Lance, we've been there, bro. We've been there. And let me just say, Alyssa, kids, I'm coming home, guys.
Congratulations, Dylan. Enjoy your MVP in that championship. We have crowned our Division I national champion, New York Old Blue. Congratulations to the few golden spoils. Enjoy yourself, gentlemen.
Do you like a trophy? Yes. Do you like a trophy?
Yeah, I like a trophy. Trophy, I love you, don't tell somebody. Trophy, I love you, don't tell somebody. Trophy, I love you, don't tell somebody.
Can I get oh yeah? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Blow, man! 1, 2, 3.
All Blues and dangerous!
That's it. You have crowned champions all weekend. Your D1 championship is Old Blue, New York. We are many thanks to the Next Level Rugby, everybody at USA Club Rugby. We thank you so much. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.